Hi, my name's Henry Herbert and I'm from Hobbs House Bakery. So we are a fifth generation family business, baking delicious breads, but anything from kind of wholemeal sourdoughs, organics to your burger baps and your everyday whites. So a full range of products to quite a lot of customers. We bake about 150,000 loaves of bread a week. So it's quite a lot, but it's not, we're kind of a small to medium sized business, but still doing things the traditional way. So it's very people focused, skilled bakers, doing it, by hand, but we've been doing it for 100 years. And so we've kind of grown organically throughout the years. My career highlight, I would say, I went and did a cooking competition in Boston, and there was lots of chefs from around the world were cooking dishes, and it was judged by the people, which were probably about 1,000 young entrepreneurs under 30. And so I was like, right, how am I going to do well without making it too hard? So I thought, well, I'm come from a baking background, so I was like, I'll do a donut. Americans like donuts. But I decided to kind of like flip on its head and do a savory donut. So it was had braised short ribs, so this kind of like sticky, beefy inside, and then we then coated it in a kind of sweet and savory. So it was sugar, but then with porcini flour, mushrooms, a little bit of salt. So it was kind of a bit of a kind of twisted with your mind, and then some truffle aioli, and it was they were pretty good, and I won, and so that was quite fun, and then it was free drinks all night. Favorite thing to bake? So being a fifth generation baker and running a bakery, so I'm surrounded by bread all day long, and but I actually really like baking bread at home because it kind of keeps me connected, and also I just love the process of it, and though I'm doing it at work, there's something kind of about doing it on a smaller scale that I really enjoy. So every weekend I just bake a couple of sourdough loaves, and I keep one for ourselves, and then I give one to a friend or a neighbor because it's nice to give bread. The recipe I decided to make for the cookbook was a kind of take on a pasta alla nata, so a nice kind of Portuguese tart, so custard, crunchy pastry, but then we added some cherries in just because they're in season. Thought they'd be delicious, and then the flour used was the maize bites, but you could also use the plain flour, and we made like a nice short crusty pastry, and ideal fresh out the oven with a coffee. My top tip for the Cotswold Baking Club would be to don't stress it. Like, making bread is it's full of jeopardy, and it's a natural thing, and I think we feel like we need to impose ourselves onto the dough and feel like we're in control. And actually, really, it's about getting good flour, curating the parameters, but allowing the dough to do its own thing, and almost hands off, and don't stress about it, because it will be fine.